In this next article from Newsweek, Trump touts Newsmax poll showing that 98.9% of viewers saying he shouldn't concede to Biden. Quote, we must prevail, exclamation point, end quote. Quote, for the good of our country, we must prevail, exclamation, end quote, sorry. Trump wrote, but Newsmax CEO Christopher Rudy recently said exactly when he thought Trump should concede. And so when you're reading through RSS news feeds, oh yeah, you probably don't know what an RSS news feed is. There are these news feeds. You can get a feed. It's of all the feeds. It's just like Google News or Apple News. They all get their stuff from RSS feeds. All the news is coming out through RSS and Atom. Atom's just some tags in RSS. It's still RSS pretty much. But you'll see in these news feeds that the media organizations are trying to sell you something. They are trying to sell subscriptions and advertising revenue. So you need to be careful when you're reading these feeds to read them in the negative. You need to show what they did not just show you and what it is what is their marketing objective here? Because I didn't understand. I've been reading these feeds for like most of my adult life. I've been a news junkie, used to be addicted to dig.com, never got into Reddit. I'm too old school for that. I just went into the RSS. And I used to be a hardcore liberal. I was a brainwashed leftist radical feminist. And I thought all of this news was legit. I was not aware of their marketing tactics, what was going on in the negative, what they're not showing you. And after I started doing this show and I started really analyzing these news feeds, like almost all day, I realized it's a bunch of marketing bullshit. Like this is right here is meant for one thing, to make money. There's no other they are not putting this out here as a service to you, dude. That's absolutely not true in any way, shape, or form. This is to make money. Maybe the Times of Israel is just trying to push Zionism. They're kind of bullshit sometimes. I like reading their stuff, though. I like Israelis. Okay, so going back to the articles here. So what are they not showing you? Why is this so suspicious? Can anybody think about why this article that just seems so innocuous is a scam? It's a scam because this isn't news. It's not. This is a comment that someone said that's just a comment. It's not, okay, maybe it's news that he said a comment. But the fact that he said this, it isn't news. They're doing it. Why? Because you click on it. Because you read it. Because it says Trump. Because it says Newsmax. Because it says concede election. It's always been a scam with Donald Trump. Not Trump doing it, but the MSM. The MSM has been big time scamming us. They just want you to click on the article. That's why there's so much bullshit about Donald Trump out. It's not because of anything that Donald Trump did. No, actually it is. It's because he was the Apprentice guy. It's because he was a reality TV star. It's because he was well known. When you talk about Donald Trump, people know who you're talking about. That's why he got so much news coverage, is because he's famous. That's why. They're covering this. Why? Because Republicans like Newsmax. This is a scam because the courts are supposed to be the one that decide this. It's not Newsweek that's the elected body that is the Electoral College that determines whether or not Trump or Biden got elected. No. These people just want you to click on the article, and they know you're worried about the thing with Donald Trump. So they're saying, oh, Trump's not conceding. He's trying to do a coup. They're trying to take over the government. He's the Russian asset. It's a scam. They just want you to, this is what they want you to do. They want you to click. It's only here to click on, dude. This is a bunch of bullshit. Nobody cares, man. You did some fake poll. Like, oh, so we did a poll on our website. We had 98% of people click yes on it. Okay, so this is like a legitimate poll? The headline should be illegitimate poll conducted on website with no proof that it was legit said this. That's what the headline should say. But are you going to click on that? You're not going to click on it, dude. Absolutely not are you going to click on it. So Jimmy Carter, former president of the United States, when he was elected governor of Georgia, one of the states that is going through a recount due to election irregularities, Jimmy Carter lost at first, and he sued because he was within a certain percentage of the votes. And in court, he was able to prove that there was gross mismanagement and incompetence in the elections process. And the courts overturned it and installed Jimmy Carter as governor of Georgia, which then led to him becoming president of the United States. This is a president that has sued to overturn an election result due to incompetence in one of the cities that is currently experiencing potential election fraud. So it has happened in the United States. Election fraud is real. It's not unheard of, dude. It happens, especially in big cities. When you have big cities and you got a bunch of African Americans who are in control of a precinct and they hate racist people, they're going to do anything in their power to prevent a racist person from getting in office or who they think is or perceive as being racist. And that's why they're going after Donald Trump with every single ounce of strength that they can, is because the media said he was racist, because he said he wants to build a wall, because they're brainwashed liberals. They're leftists. They support illegal immigration. They don't want to reduce the amount of immigrants. They want to increase the number of immigrants because they like immigrants and they don't like white people. They're like, oh, well, it doesn't matter that the white population is shrinking. And well, actually, also too, the black population is also shrinking here, as well as the Latino population. All American populations are shrinking. It's not just white people. It's actually all Americans. And so when our numbers shrink, and then you bring on 1 million immigrants per year, over the course of a lifetime, those immigrants will have 2.9 children, and it will turn out to be 120 million more people. When our population shrinks, so our population is shrinking, and then you bring in 120 million more people. Okay, so our population is 330 million, so what's it going to be? 550 million? 550, so 500 million people. When does this stop? When we hit 2 billion? How about 5 billion? How about 10 billion people here? Right? They're like, oh no, it's just 1 million people. It's only 1 million people. Have you ever seen 1 million people before? Do you have any idea how many resources 1 million people use? Do you have any idea how much CO2 and methane gas 1 million people put out in the United States? A lot. A lot. We don't want a larger population. We want a smaller population. If our population's going down, we can't bring in 1 million people because then it's their country and it won't be ours. Even though they're good people, though. I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit. I like Mexicans and like Indians and Amerindians and Chinese and all these people. But I do not like all of a sudden there's half of the people are them and I'm a minority in my own country. That's absolutely not cool. But to these people, that's Nazism. That's neo-Nazi. You're a neo-Nazi. If you want to reduce the immigration numbers from 1 million down to 500,000, you're racist. Now they want to target you. Now they're willing to rig elections to prevent you and your party from being in office so they could boost the immigrant count because most of the immigrants are voting for Democrats. Why on earth would they want to slow down the number of immigrants coming into the country if 2/3 of them are voting for Democrats? Every single year, they get more Democrat voters. Dude, they're foaming at the mouth from that shit. Dude, like, immigrants, yes! You got Joe Biden over there. He's like, It's like groping him. He's like, got some wood and he's sneaking. He's like, hey, girl, how you doing? Creepy Joe. So that's the biggest problem with the polls in the big cities is fundamentally you're going to get a corrupt batch of people. They're going to end up hating the other people. And then they're going to rig the elections because they hate white people. They hate racist people. They hate xenophobic people. And it's because 2/3 of the immigrants vote for their party. If 2/3 of the immigrants voted for Republicans, they'd kick them the fuck out. They wouldn't hesitate. They'd be like, get the fuck out, dude. But no, because 2/3 of them vote for socialism, they're totally cool with that. They're like, yeah, let's just bring in a boat tons of Venezuelans. Get communism going. This is why you got cultural Marxism going on. Cultural Marxism going on all around America with this anti-white racism bullshit. Like my son is he's in homeschool here at the public schools, and he had a health class. I had to pull him out of this health class because the teacher is doing microaggression training, teaching him all about this is the dominant class of people, this is the oppressed class of people, and you're a white person, so you have white privilege. And then because you have white privilege, you need to take into account what these other people are going through, and you need to ask these questions. They do these exercises. Oh, here's the questions that you need to ask to get where this other person is coming from, and then this is how you reduce racism. And then gender identities. Yes, now all these trans children. It's totally okay for you kids to be trans. There's absolutely no health problems. It's not going to cause your entire life to get fucked over and make you kill yourself. Yeah, I went off on that bitch, dude. That shit's fucked up, dude. What the fuck are these people doing teaching our kids anti-racism? He's 12! The kid is fucking 12! He shouldn't even know what a fucking oppressed and a dominant class is. But they gotta get them when they're young, dude. Because that's how you indoctrinate to the universities. That's how you get all of the staff at the universities spitting off this anti-rhetoric, this, what do they call it? Diversity, inclusion, and equity. Fuck these people, dude. Fuck these people. I love trans people. I love gay people. I love black people. I love Asian people. I love purple people, green people, albino people. I even like midgets. And dwarves. But these people, it's like they won't shut up about diversity. It's like every goddamn time I hear from these people, it's like, oh, there's dominant class of people that are oppressing the minorities and them women. You got the privileged white male up there at the top, and he's underpaying all the women. He won't give them equal pay because he's a privileged white male. He's sexist. He's racist. He's xenophobic. He doesn't like Muslims. And at some point in time, you just get fucking sick and tired of hearing about these people because they cause riots. Next thing you know, you got a bunch of black people up in the inner city that are in with gangbangers. Like a large percentage of them selling drugs. Most of the guys don't even work. In a lot of these big cities, up to 45% of the African American males are not working. It's been like this for a long time. Now it's even worse. And so you get a bunch of people that are like, oh, the white man's oppressing me. He's the one that prevented me from finding a job or moving out the ghetto. Why do I have to move out of the ghetto? He's the one that's gentrifying our neighborhoods. And then they start thinking, oh yeah, there's systemic racism, right? There's just systemic racism everywhere. Like, because they're too lazy to look for a fucking job. And they're like, yeah, that's the reason. The reason why they're not hiring me is because he's a racist white man. He's one of the rich people who's gentrifying our neighborhood. That's why. It can't have anything to do with the fact that I'm a complete fuck up. I got bullshit grades in high school. I never went to college. I never even bothered looking for a job. I sit around selling drugs and making hip hop music. Like, no shit, you're fucking discriminated against, dude. Like, straight, you're a fucking bozo, dude. Like, you have to get good grades. You cannot be disrespectful to the teacher. You have to be a good teammate. You cannot be selling drugs, gangbanging, beating people up, robbing people, and getting locked up. Dude, you can't be doing that shit, dude. That's bullshit. But to them, no, it's perfectly fine. No, it's me that's the problem. It's me because I have white privilege. And so they need to do anything in their power to prevent people like me from being able to be in control. And that's why they rig elections. What else can we throw in on this video? I think we got one other one here. Let me find it real quick so I can throw it on this video. Right down here. Something about Newsmax. All right, next article here from News, Politics, Opinion. What is this one? The Bullshit Yorker, or the Nonsense Yorker. It says, why Newsmax supports Trump's false voter fraud claims. Okay. How are they false? How are these claims false? How is it false that there was 173,000 ballots in Wayne County that came in overnight, 97% for Joe Biden? That's a very specific fact. That's very specific. I told you the county. I told you the numbers. I told you the day. You could go check it out. Guess what? There's no proof that that's not true. There's no proof that that's not true. The numbers are showing that that's true. Now, some of this stuff that was claimed was not true. That does not mean all of the claims were false, but this is a scam. This is why they're putting it out there. They're not putting it out here because it's true. They don't know if it's true or not. They don't know that. It's supposed to go to court, dude. That's what the courts are for. The judge is the one that determines that's true or not. Not New Yorker or Newsweek. It says Christopher Rudy, the conservative network CEO, says president's lies are, quote, great for news, end quote. That's exactly why they printed this article. It's because it's great for news. Guess what? New Yorker also puts out news. It's great for New Yorker. That's why they're putting this ad out. These people are fucking hypocrites, dude. Fucking hypocrites, man. Here, let me grab the